Hi everyone, and Merry Christmas! It's me, Diana the Doll Fairy. I have some special Christmas-themed doll magic to share with all of you today. Some of my lovely doll customizer friends here on YouTube and I decided to do a sort of doll Secret Santa. Myself, DOLLMOTION, DOLLMILL, Doll's Brand New Look, and Anastasia Custom were each given a random partner to send a doll to. My partner was Bozena from Doll's Brand New Look. I wanted to make her a Christmas-themed doll that would fit both her style and mine. After coming up with a list of different ideas, I had an idea that really grabbed my attention. The Ghost of Christmas Past from Charles Dickens' timeless classic, A Christmas Carol. Now, I know I just did a ghost character for Halloween, but I really like ghosts, okay? I was determined to make this ghost very aesthetically different from Constance Hatchaway. Constance ended up being cartoony and exaggerated, like many Disney characters traditionally are. For this ghost, I'm prioritizing solemnity and elegance. I found some really nice images on Pinterest to inspire me, since this character has been portrayed so many times in different stage shows, movies, cartoons, you name it. That gave me a lot of freedom, but also some familiar motifs to work with, like candles and holly branches. I also found this awesome photo when I searched for ghostly makeup, and this is the one that I based most of the face up off of. I'm using a Spectra for this doll. I've never been a huge fan of Spectra's severe cheekbones, but I think she will work perfectly for this character. After removing her factory hair and her face paint with acetone nail polish remover, I spray her face with a few coats of Mr. Super Clear and start sketching with my Prismacolor watercolor pencils. Then I use various shades of gray and black pastels to create the shading around her eyes and shadows under her cheekbones. I use pinks and reds for her lips, but I want their color to stay subtle and more natural looking. I do also give her a bit of pink blushing on her cheeks because I think it will look nice, but I'm careful not to overdo that too much because she is a spirit after all. I tried to give her expression a slightly creepy and unearthly quality since she is a ghost, but I also wanted her to be pretty and to have a sort of serene, knowing expression, kind of like an angel really. The character's role in the story is really more like that of an angel than a ghost per se. The spirit represents Scrooge's past, which shaped him as a person, and guides Scrooge to the realization that he will eventually come to about his life. So instead of looking threatening, I want her to look gentle, calm, and knowing, but also a little bit unsettling at the same time. Her large piercing eyes are going to be somewhere between gray and green. I really attempted to give these eyes more realism than most of my repaints, and I kind of had fun with that. I was also keeping in mind Bozena's work as I was making this doll because I wanted to appeal to her specifically. I keep building up more shadows around the eyes and making the lips more vibrant as well. I add orange to the lips to make them look more realistic. For her eyelashes, I'm using this shimmery pearlized paint. This will make them stand out against the dark shading around the eyes, but also I feel like it will help the doll to look more ethereal and otherworldly. It also kind of looks like ice or frost on her eyelashes, which works with the Christmas theme as well. I add some Sculpey gloss to her lips for a subtle shine. I really like how her face turned out. She looks ghostly and creepy, but pretty and angelic too. For her hair, I'm trying something new. I made these white yarn wefts a long time ago and never ended up using them. I've decided to glue the yarn wefts onto her head because yarn will be able to look floaty and ethereal, like you'd expect a ghost's hair to look. This was the first time I used yarn wefts on a doll, and guys, I'm in love with how much easier this was than using synthetic hair wefts. Although you guys know I do enjoy rerouting for some strange reason, placing the yarn wefts and arranging them on the head and getting them to stay where I wanted them to was a billion times easier than the other times I used wefts. People have told me this before, but I was too lazy to do all the brushing out of the yarn and everything. I still think it's kind of a lot of work to prepare the wefts, but I might have to do it more often because the hair on this ghost girl was so cooperative. It was basically the opposite of my struggle with Giratina's hair. Now for her outfit. I wasn't sure about it at first. Since A Christmas Carol is from the Victorian era, I thought maybe she should have a Victorian-style dress, but that's way too similar to the dress I made for Constance. Plus, it's not really traditional in terms of depictions of this character. I decided to instead create a dress made up of a bunch of shreds of different white or cream-colored fabrics and lace, along with some pale green tulle that goes really well with her eyes, and some iridescent organza that will give her some ethereal sparkle. For the bodice of the dress, I used this stretchy lace with some glittery silver fabric underneath it peeking through. Then I basically cut up a bunch of irregular pieces of the fabrics I wanted to use, and then pinned them all in place on the lacy bodice I made. Then I sewed them while the dress was on the doll. To adorn her head, I'm going to give her a wreath with red berries and actual lights on it. Another light up ghost, why not, right? For the lights, I found this little set of fairy lights which is meant to go inside of a wine bottle, so the battery pack is small and shaped like a cork. I'm going to turn the cork into a candle for the ghost to hold. First, I'm going to twist the rest of the lights around the garland for her head. Then I'm going to cover the cork with this gold paper to make it look nicer. To make it look more like a candle, I'm going to use some hot glue to create drips of wax down the sides of the candle. Then I use more hot glue to create a little flame at the top of the candle, encasing the light I twisted into shape there. I'm so proud of this little candle. Next, I paint some little pearl beads red for holly berries. I glue these onto the wreath with fast grab tacky glue. I also add a couple of branches to the bottom of the candle to make it look nice, and I glue some berries onto those too. And her crown and candle are all finished. I also glue on these little iridescent beads that kind of look like bubbles, and I don't know, they feel ghostly to me somehow, so I included them too. Now for the part I've been waiting for. For embellishments, I had this really cool idea when I was browsing in Hobby Lobby. I found these ornate clock hands meant for clock making. Since she's the ghost of Christmas past, she basically turns back the clock and allows Scrooge to relive his past memories. So I decided to add some clock-themed accents to her ensemble. The clock hands will hang from her waist and embellish her skirt. I attach the clock hands to a lace rosette and add some light mint ribbons to it. I also want to use some of these delicate gear and clock pieces for more detail. I end up creating a sort of surreal clock piece using this little iridescent plastic bubble thing, whatever you call this, and the gears and the clock hands. I made a similar embellishment for the top of her dress. And now, I think she's all finished. I don't know. I feel like I can't really get into the Christmas spirit anymore. It was so much more fun when I was a kid. It's not as much fun when you're an adult. Who are you? I am the ghost of Christmas past. Long past? No, your past. Oh, well, why have you come to haunt me, spirit? I've come to show you that your precious memories of Christmas as a child don't have to end just because you're a grown-up. No one ever has to lose the magic just because they grow up. Now, wave that magic wand of yours and you'll see that the magic is still inside you. Wow. You're right, Ghosty. Just because you can't relive your past, that doesn't mean you can't make new magic and new memories that will be just as beautiful. Don't you think that's true? hope Ozena will love being visited by this benevolent spirit just as much as I loved making her. Keep your eyes out for all of our unboxing videos. As of making this video, I still don't know who made me a doll, and I can't wait to find out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I wish every one of you a blessed Christmas and a wonderful holiday season filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful memories in the making. I'll see you all again very soon for more doll magic. Bye!